How to describe a linear relationship in graphs. When analyzing graphs, it is important to describe relationships clearly and precisely. Let's take a look at this graph. Notice that as x increases, y also increases in a straight line pattern. This tells us that y is linearly related to x with a positive gradient. It is incorrect to simply say that x and y are linearly related. Why? Because this statement lacks clarity in two key aspects. By saying x and y are linearly related, we do not know whether y depends on x or if x depends on y. We must always be clear about which variable is the independent variable x and which is the dependent variable y. If we say that x and y are linearly related, we can switch the axes of the y-x graph. We still get the linear relationship in the xy graph. How about the next two graphs? In both graphs, y is linearly related to x. However, one description does not clearly distinguish between the two graphs. The most obvious difference is its gradient. The one above is positive, while the one below is negative. A linear relationship can have a positive gradient or a negative gradient. Saying x and y are linearly related does not tell us whether the graph has a positive gradient or negative gradient. To avoid confusion, we should always describe the relationship fully. In this case, the correct way to describe the graph above, y is linearly related to x with a positive gradient, and the correct way to describe the graph below, y is linearly related to x with a negative gradient. Remember, to describe a linear relationship with a positive gradient correctly, 1. Always state the dependent variable first. Clearly mention that dependent variable is linearly related to independent variable with a positive gradient if the graph has a positive gradient. Or, dependent variable is linearly related to independent variable with a negative gradient. This ensures clarity and accuracy in communicating scientific data. Clear communication leads to better understanding in physics.